start a new recording. Okay, Bruchim Abayim. Welcome everyone. Although no one's left, but we're gonna teach now from the holy Kedushas Levi. I don't know why the camera moved like that. It's not sitting still. Okay. We'll learn a few Torahs from the Kedushas Levi. I'm sorry I don't have very much energy tonight. Things have been pretty crazy here. But I have faith that things will turn around and hopefully be able to heal everything. Start right from the beginning of Parshas Yisro. After that, we'll do the first 3, 4 are pretty short, and we'll skip around a little bit. V'yishma Yisro is kol asher asa Hashem l'Moshe l'Yisrael amai. Jethro heard all the things that the Lord did to Moses and to Israel, his people. Exodus chapter 18, verse 1. Perish. What does this mean? Zesh asa nekama Mitzrayim l'hay machmis she'avro v'tzayin Hashem yisbarach. God did not take revenge on the Egyptians just because they were wicked and violated God's will. God only took revenge on them because of Moses and his people Israel. So it says that God is fighting for them in Egypt, for them specifically, for the servants of God. Meaning, had they not persecuted God's people, God's servants, they would not have been punished. God has patience with so much wickedness in the world, but not for the persecution of his people. And by his people, we mean those who identify as his people. Okay, next. I'm not trying to make a racist statement about Jews. It's not a racist statement at all. Okay. Ati yadati ki godel Hashem mikol hu Elohim ki b'davar asher zadu aleihim. In Exodus 18:11, Jethro says, "Now I know that the Lord is greater than any of the gods, because in the thing that they planned to do, that's what they were defeated in." Seems like this, says the Kedushas Levi, Venira. D'hineyesh netzachan l'malchus b'molchama egen anshi milchamtei, asher noisha b'roiv chayil v'harig b'soinav hereg rav. Sometimes one kingdom will defeat another in war. They're saved with a big army, and they kill a lot of their enemies. That's the natural thing in the world. That he wins the whole war. But it's not going to add to the kingdom more people and more land than before, necessarily. But there's another type of victory. He kills a lot of people, and the Melech Menaged, the king who's against the king will take his army, living people, not just kill people. He'll take live people to his kingdom and rule over them. Meaning it's a greater victory when fewer people are killed and they are brought under the kingdom of the other king, rather than just killing a lot of people, because it's a waste. It's a horrible thing. War is hell. Obviously, the Rebbe here is talking in the form of a mashal. He's saying a parable. What is the parable? So we find this level this is a higher level of glory for the king, covered what he had before. He's going to rule over more people. His land is set from one people to another, etc. It's bigger. So when God wanted to save the Israelites from the hand of the Egyptians, he thought he would destroy them in water. Parshas. Rashi in Parshas Shmos says, "Hayochel lahavi eish liyabish hamayim levatlan." God could have taken fire to to God God could have dried up all the water with fire. You wouldn't see how strong God is over the water. Meaning, it's natural for water to be evaporated by fire, but by heat. It's not natural for water to stand up as a wall. That shows God's power. The water has to listen to God's word. And when God says stand up like a wall, the water has to do it. This he does by himself. The water, he said, the water had to judge the Egyptians. The Bay Yas Mitzrayim. So then the water came, listened to God's voice, and drowned the Egyptians as well. There we see there were more things following God's will, meaning he didn't destroy the water, but he brought the water under his rulership. This is like the king who doesn't kill the other kingdom, but adds them to his own kingdom. This is a greater greatness. She'asher hayakoyach mitzrayim b'mayim hayakoyachis elyonim. Is the power Saram elamala lishleit b'Yisrael v'nahafecho. There are angels in heaven that represent kind of like the United Nations, representing each nation in heaven. They're called Sarim, they're called princes. This is hinted to in the Bible, in the book of Isaiah, where Isaiah says, "I will judge above and below." Those